College is a time for students to explore themselves and to explore what they like. But there's a downside to that. Being a first-generation college student can be quite difficult, as you can imagine. Having such high expectations from family members and one another, it gets overwhelming, to say the least. With one interview that I conducted, I was able to receive a wise perspective in the sense that she has been through all of the college life, and now that she's graduating this semester. As with my other interview that I had conducted, I was able to get a fresh perspective in the sense that the student will be going to UK as of next semester. Conducting both of these interviews gave me a solid foundation to make comparisons between each of these students, and keep in mind that they are both first generation students as well.
Và cũng có những cái không khó, cái khó nhất là tiền học phí để đi vào đó. Bởi vì tiền học phí ở trong đại học so với cấp 3 thì rất là mắc. Nếu như mà một là các bạn phải có tiền học bổng, hai là các bạn phải mượn nợ, ba là nhà các bạn phải có tiền để cho các bạn vào. Nếu mà không thì có lẽ là rất là nhức đầu khi mà phải nghĩ về chuyện đó. Còn cái không khó thì thường là những gì mình học rồi vào đại học, chúng ta không cần những cuộc thi sát hạch như một số nước vẽ ra, nên vào đại học cũng không có gì là cản trở cho. Thì có chứ, nếu mà đặc biệt là những bạn ở nơi khác mà phải đi đến ngôi trường mà mình chọn thì điều đó các bạn sẽ rất là lạ lẫm. Thứ nhất là các bạn phải đi đến một nơi hoàn toàn khác với chỗ ở của mình, đường xá, xe cộ và đi tìm nhà rất là mệt mỏi nếu như mà các bạn không sống ở trong dorm. Còn cái thứ nhì thì cái môi trường ở trong trường đại học nó rất là khác biệt với môi trường ở trong trường cấp 3. Các bạn sẽ gặp nhiều người hơn và cả về sắc tộc lẫn tính cách. Rồi lớp cũng rất là khác. Các bạn sẽ vào một lớp như cả một hội trường có thể nhiều đến vài trăm học sinh, chứ không chỉ là vài chục học sinh như là ở trong trường cấp 3. Rồi giáo viên thì cũng mỗi người dạy rất là nhiều cách khác nhau và các bạn phải làm quen với điều đó. Lịch học thì cũng nhiều hơn, bài tập thì cũng nhiều hơn, nên các bạn phải thực sự là chú tâm vào và điều chỉnh thời gian sao cho hợp lý, nếu không thì các bạn sẽ gặp rất là nhiều khó khăn sau này. Thì mình nghĩ là tất cả các bạn, không chỉ riêng mình thì khi mà vào trường đại học thì ít nhất phải một lần cảm thấy một khó khăn nào đó. Riêng mình thì mình đã trải qua cái giai đoạn này khoảng 2 hoặc 3 lần rồi. Thì có những lúc mà mình gặp suôn sẻ, mình thành công thì mình nhìn lại mình cảm thấy là rất là có thêm động lực và vui sướng để mà bước tiếp. Nhưng mà không phải lúc nào cũng được như vậy, thì nhiều khi mình gặp trắc trở trong việc học hoặc là về việc tài chính hoặc là vài lý do gì đó thì cũng làm mình cảm thấy nản và không biết là con đường mình chọn có đúng hay không và mình có nên bước tiếp hay không. Nhưng mà cái động lực lớn nhất để mà giúp mình vượt qua cái này là nhờ ba mẹ mình. Mà mình nghĩ là tại vì ba mẹ mình đã chưa từng được đại học nên họ lúc nào cũng có những lời khuyên và động viên cho mình là cố gắng học tiếp để mà cuộc sống sau này tốt hơn, không như là cuộc sống của họ. Và mình rất là thương ba má mình nên mình lúc nào cũng tự nói bản thân mình là phải cố gắng hết sức để mà hoàn thành việc học. Ngôn ngữ ban đầu quả thật rất là khó khăn đối với mình, bởi vì mình không phải nói tiếng Anh ngay từ lúc mới chào đời. Nhưng mà khi mà các bạn đi học ở đây một vài năm thì việc quen dần với ngôn ngữ sẽ là điều hiển nhiên. Nhưng mà buồn với việc là các bạn phải học và chịu khó học hỏi và tìm tòi nữa. Với lại vào thời bây giờ thì tụi mình có rất là nhiều thứ như là máy tính và các dịch vụ thông dịch khác để giúp các bạn chuyển tải qua thành những thứ tiếng khác nhau. Rồi mình nghĩ việc ngôn ngữ nó tuy khó nhưng mà nó không phải cái gì là thực sự là cản trở cho bạn việc vào đại học. Mình nghĩ là nếu mà các bạn có cơ hội vào đại học thì đó là một điều rất là may mắn, bởi vì mình có rất là nhiều người bạn vì hoàn cảnh bắt buộc phải đi làm việc ngay sau khi tốt nghiệp cấp 3, hoặc là cả gia đình không có điều kiện để mà cho các bạn ấy tiếp tục vào đại học. Đặc biệt là các bạn là thế hệ đầu tiên vào trường đại học, các bạn càng phải hãnh diện về điều đó. Bởi vậy các bạn phải ráng kết thúc chương trình đại học của mình, mà vì thời này các bạn cũng biết là nếu như các bạn không đi học thì các bạn sẽ rất khó kiếm việc làm, và việc làm có thể là trả lương rất là thấp, các bạn phải lao động rất là vất vả như là ba má của các bạn, và đó cũng là điều tốt để đáp trả lại công ơn của ba má các bạn, vì họ đã dồn tất cả tình thương và vật chất để cho các bạn được có một cơ hội như vậy. Thì mình nghĩ là các bạn nên tiếp tục đi tiếp, và đó cũng là một điều tốt cho các bạn nữa.
I feel like I am prepared mentally for college because of the experiences I have in the workforce, where I work long hours, and I know how to keep myself financially stable so I can have a firm grip on studying and don't have to worry about fees and whatnot. And I feel like I am emotionally prepared because I can handle pressure, because sooner or later someone will crack under pressure due to the big exams, and if I do fail the first big exam, hypothetically, I feel like I can handle it very well, because I would take that as a reminder to study a lot harder and not mess around. I feel like there is no way to prepare yourself for college because you have not yet experienced what it's like, and you can only get the experience by facing it yourself for the first time and seeing how hard everything is on your own. But if there's only one exception I can think of, which is to ask a person that already went through the first year of college, because they'll know what it feels like. Plus that they might over-exaggerate things to get you worried, but yeah.
Generation student is not only a struggle for people like my friend Chris, who is like me, an out-of-state student from Georgia, but it is also a struggle for those like my friend Carly, with whom I met during the second week of college, and I quickly discovered that even though she is from Lexington, Kentucky, being a first-generation student, both she and I face a lot of the same struggles that come with adjusting to college life.
I'm Chris Robinson. I'm a freshman at the University of Kentucky, and I'm a first-generation student straight out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, so, before coming to college, were there any, myths or stories that you heard before coming here that you expected but were not true?
My teachers, they always overhyped the coursework and stuff. They always said it would be really tough and whatnot, so that it'd be harder to keep up, and it's really not as bad. And then people always told me that, going to college would be a lot harder because you have to basically take control of your life. And I found that it's actually easier to live your life and do what you have to do. You learn quickly. And lastly, there's always those rumors about, college parties happening all the time and people getting drunk and wild and crazy. And I found out once I got here that is not true. Not true at all. There's not as many parties as I thought there would be. There's not that much drinking. You don't really have time for that because you have to focus on getting your work done and studying and all that good stuff.
Okay, so seeing that you're a first generation student and you're kind of setting the path to I guess success some way in your family, did your family have other dreams or aspirations for you, before coming to college or during college, and what they expect your life to be like somewhat?
My sister doesn't really care what I do. She just wants me to be happy in whatever career choice I make. But My parents, on the other hand, they support my decision to be a writer, which is what I want to be. But they do make it clear that they wish I would take a career path in technology because they know how big technology has been and will be becoming in the world overall. So they wish I would do something in technology, but they do support that I want to be a writer and an author. And I have shown them that being a writer can be a profitable job, something steady that will work. So
Yeah, and it's also what make you happy too.
mm-hmm.
So you want to be happy.
Yeah, they completely support it. They do have some other things they wish I would do, but
Mm-hmm.
they support it in every sense. They even help me with some of the process of getting a copyright and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They've helped me.
Okay.
Griffith. I'm a sophomore at the University of Kentucky. My major is X-ray technician, and I am originally from Lexington, but I'm affiliated with my dad, who lives in Prestonsburg, Kentucky, since 6th grade.
So, as a first-generation student, did you have any fears while in school?
Yes, because it's a lot of pressure on me to where I am the first generation of my family to go to college, so I had to make sure that I'm doing everything beyond perfect and make sure I strive for the best.
So, what were those types of fears? Can you give me examples of them?
Yeah, one of the fears I had was actually failing because where I have so much going on and it can get to be a struggle. And then another fear I had was making sure that I was making good grades in every single class because it can get hard.
What was your parents' educational background?
My dad only has his high school degree, but my mom has went and got her associate's in college.
What are your expectations, or what do you expect to get out of college?
I expect to get the best out of my learning experience here at University of Kentucky, and to not only succeed, but once I do get my diplomas and stuff that I wanted to for my degree, to eventually start working right after college.
How important is education to you and your family?
Education is very, very important because my dad always told me to strive for what I want to do in life and make sure the job that I have is what I want to stick with and not regret. So it's very important that I get the education that I want to do.
How does your mom feel about college?
My mom is very supportive. Because she's had a little bit of experience in college, so she pushes me even farther to make sure I go all 4 years and make sure I get everything I want to do for life.
I noticed you said something about you study harder for during your first semester than the second semester. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because I'm basically finishing up my basics, so I kind of waited and took some more harder classes all at once, so therefore it's a lot more of a struggle for me to keep up than it was last semester.
Mm-hmm. Being a first-generation student, do you feel like you were emotionally and mentally prepared to come to college?
Yes, because I graduated from high school in May of 2011, and that same year in August, I jumped straight into college because I knew if I would have took a new break, I wouldn't go back. So I was definitely ready.
So I know you said you're from a small town about 2 hours away from Lexington, and I'm pretty sure you had a lot of friends that you grew up with from when you was younger. So how do you keep in touch with? Or do you keep in touch at all with any of your friends from high school or elementary school?
Actually, I kind of don't. Being up here and being constantly busy with school, I really don't have time to contact them, call them, text them, or even see them. I actually haven't been to Prestonsburg since Christmas, I believe. So, yeah, I've struggled.
Okay, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have a half-sister and a stepbrother.
So do you feel like you being a first-generation student, in some way, like you're kind of starting a path for your younger siblings to go to college?
Yes, my sister actually is already told me she's wanting to go to the University of Kentucky just like her big sister, and to go to college there, so she's already ready.
How old is she?
She's 12, turning 13 in October.
Okay. So she has a while to get, acclimated and get herself prepared to come to college?
Yes.
She came to you, or have you gave her any advice to the things she needs to know to get herself prepared to come to college?
Yeah, I make sure that even so she's in middle school, to make sure that even though it's not really seem like it's that much, but make sure her grades are still staying like straight A's. She's always been a straight A student, so
Hi, my name is Cameron Owens. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a first-generation student at the University of Kentucky. Being a first-generation student, it has both positive and negative. Some of the negative aspects of it is being homesick. Atlanta, Georgia is about 6 hours away from Kentucky, so just imagine, being away from home from 3 months at a time and not being able to see your family. It gets rough at times, and a phone call is not enough at times. And the transition from high school to college is a big difference. Sometimes I feel like I wasn't prepared enough because the workload in college is way different than the workload in high school. You definitely have to be on your P's and Q's and keep up with deadlines. Time management is very important in college.
You okay?
No, you over here posing like this. Like,
I know, I'm just trying to cover up like some of the empty space.
Okay, I'm keep that shit in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just continue.
All right. Ooh, I didn't
Because like all we did was
Sorry,
just.
I'm over here just saying all this stuff. So. Okay, ready?
Oh, were you done?
I could go back and just edit it.
No. I was just asking, but like, were you done with what you were gonna say?
Okay.
We have to.
All right. Hi, my name is Indley. I'm a sophomore here at the University of Kentucky. I live here in Lexington. I'm also a first-gen student. I like. That just messed me up completely. Oh my goodness.
You sounded good too.
I know, I was ready. Now I forgot everything I just said.
Never mind. Continue. Oh no, she got legs for days. Then show them legs for days.
You got legs for days. Okay.
Okay, continue.
I have to start all over now. Phew. I was on Power Street too. My name is Indley. I'm a sophomore here at the University of Kentucky. I'm also a first-gen student. I can honestly tell you, my mom stressed how important it was to go to school. Being the first, in the family to go, it was kind of a little rough. It still is. It is, I don't know, just it can be overbearing sometimes. My mom, who didn't go to school, neither any of our family members, she always told us that, since I'm the first to go, I always have to set an example for my brothers and sisters so that, they know that it's possible. Yes, possible. That, if you try very hard, you're able to achieve whatever you put your mind to.
And then college is very important because nowadays, if you don't have a college degree, you ain't getting nowhere.
Also, part Haitian, my mom really stressed that, we, students here, not students, Americans in general take education for granted, and that we as Haitians really appreciate the opportunity going to school. So, being a first gen and, a sophomore here, at UK, it's kind of more of a privilege for me that I'm taking this chance to actually broadening my knowledge and everything like that. And so, taking elderly advice about this is very important.
Okay, greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Kennedy Wynn, and I'm a freshman at the University of Kentucky. And coming from a cultured background, my mom stressed education extremely. It was pretty much straight A's, or you get a butt whooping, or pretty much you got everything destroyed that was yours. So education in my household was extremely important. And honestly, I feel that American students don't understand, coming from a cultured background, that what our parents did for us is unmeasurable. I would say the least. They come from a different country. They have to learn a new language, and they have to get a job, and they pay for everything by themselves. And they raise children over here, and they pretty much send them off to college, and that I find very difficult to comprehend even if I'm an American citizen myself. But yeah, I feel that foreign students have a drive about them that makes them want to excel at what they're doing. It makes them want to succeed. Not saying that American students don't have this drive. I'm just saying it's more prominent among cultured children.